The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. He's your host.
Oh man, I like this. This is looking good here. This little Facebook Live took it up a notch. At any rate, guys, this is ERGJ, your certified financial educator from ERGJ Enterprises. Back here with going through our midday manna. Now I'm a little bit late today because I had a lot going on, but I still want to make sure that we got this thing going. And we're actually going through From Poverty to Power by James Allen. From Poverty to Power by James Allen. So we're going to be going through this into our second portion of this called A World of Reflex of Mental States. But before we do that, while we are waiting on people to get tuned in, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button. This episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, True Detergent, black-owned and manufactured right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery in the Atlanta area to your doorstep. Give us a call, 678-851-2400. That's 678-851-2400. 101 ounces for $15. That's right, $15 is 15 cents per wash. Here's the deal, guys. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. Why not give your brother or sister and try and practice what it is that you preach, which is circulation of the black dollar back into the community. True Detergent. Make the switch. Now, there's so much going on with True Detergent, guys. I told you guys I can lead you to water, but it cannot make you drink. But there are some things that are available to you to actually support a company like this, right? We have a direct link, again, to a manufacturer. I don't think you guys really understand what that means, a direct link to a manufacturer. So we actually have the opportunity to become what they call wholesalers, or we actually have the opportunity to become what we call distributors. So that opportunity, the discussion of that opportunity that actually happened on the 24th. So I've got a link up there called True Investment Session in my description above where you can actually get that information. If you're following me on YouTube, you can go to www.ergj.net. You'll see that investment session available for you to sign up to and come to as well. Now, True, again, they are looking to expand, so they need the village's help. That's right, they need the village's help. You guys asked for a fragrance-free detergent. They're trying to bring that. Yes, I delivered in Norcross. You guys asked for fabric softener. They're trying to bring that. So they have a Kickstarter program that is going on right now where you can actually donate. You want a company like this to actually expand. Why? Because they bring more jobs. More jobs mean they can get some of our brothers and sisters out of the street. They can get them out of the strip club. They can give them something to do other than whatever it is they are doing. So you got to understand what's going on here, not only in Atlanta. When we talk about expansion, think about it. How do you think that Walmart got to where they are? How do you think that Amazon got to where they are? They had people that invested in the company, and the company expanded. That's what we had the opportunity to do as a village. So that's why I'm pushing this, because many people just don't understand, but I'm trying to help you to understand how significant this is, right? How significant this is for them, to push a company that's by us, for us, to become the #1 detergent company in the world, or in America, whatever. Think about it. Think about, you have the opportunity to be a part of that, making history. Everybody put in the comments below history. Because I don't think that you guys really, when you look back at history, there was a time when we had all of our own stuff. Remember a little town called Black Wall Street? Well, we can rebuild that. And the way that we rebuild that is by investing into products like this. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. It's really just that simple. This is probably the easiest sale I've ever made in my life. You're going to wash your clothes anyway. Just a matter of who you're going to choose to do it with. So then also, say you are out of town. And you say, hey, I want to get some True, but I'm not going to deliver to you. Well, I got a link up there as well that you can actually go through me through this site called WeBuyBlack.com. WeBuyBlack.com is the Black Amazon. It's a place where you can find a whole bunch of Black products. All I'm asking is that you just click my link and go through me, since I told you about it, and that way I can help bring some of this profit back and reinvest it back into True. Now, here's the other part. If you go ahead, you're in the Atlanta area, you buy from me, 50% of my profit, that's right, 50% of anything that comes into me because of this distribution, I'm going to donate back through the same Kickstarter. So I'm going to partner with you to go back and donate to this Kickstarter. We got to get this done. This is, I don't know what to say. This is so important. We got to get this done. We got to be able to provide jobs for these people that come out of jail for doing nothing, for having an ounce of weed or something, and now they can't get a job because they got a felony. Well, guess what? When we own and control our own stuff, we can hire them. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is so important. It's hard to convey the vision when people don't see the vision. But all you got to do is just click on the button and donate. Just say, you know what? They doing something. They building. They're growing. You want to be a part of something growing. Now, many of you guys say, hey, well, you see, let's talk about the marijuana industry for example. You guys see that the marijuana industry has the opportunity to grow, but you don't see that a company like this has the opportunity to grow even more exponentially. You don't see that because this is a product, again, that everyone can use, right? Everybody doesn't necessarily smoke weed, okay? Everybody doesn't smoke weed. Some people still think that it's bad, but everybody washes their clothes. I hope. Hopefully you wash your clothes. But anyway, that's enough of my chatter. I just want to make sure, I'm trying to convey the vision so that you guys can really see what the opportunity is here. This company is going to make a whole bunch of black millionaires. You just got to be able to see it. And I told you guys this before. I could give you $1 million idea today and you still would not accept it. It's something wrong with us. It's something wrong up here. We've been conditioned too long. Something is very wrong with us. Hey, what's going on, John? We can and we will do it. But let's get to what we're doing today. Let's get to what we're talking about today because we're going through, what an appropriate book, As a Man Thinketh. All right, so As a Man Thinketh, it comes with this section called Poverty, From Poverty to Power. And the reason why I'm going is because too many of us are still have stinking thinking. Everybody put in the comments a little stinking thinking. Some of us just have stinking thinking. We've been conditioned to think and to act like the poor. We've been conditioned to think and to act like the poor. We got to watch the words that we say. We got to watch the thoughts that we have. Because if you truly understand something, you understand that you have the right to be rich. Let me repeat that again. I want you to put that in the comments below because I really want you to feel it. I want you to be like, you know what? I do got the right to be rich. Now, you have the right? So you got to understand, you have the right to be rich. You got to say it. You got to write it down. I have the right to be rich. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and type that in the comments below. I have the right to be rich. Now, here's the thing about having a right. Just because you have a right does not necessarily mean that you exercise that right. It does not necessarily mean that you choose to exercise that right. Right? You might not even know how to exercise that right. You have the right, but you may not know how to exercise that right. And because you don't know how to exercise that right, you think that you don't have the right at all. Let me repeat that again. Because you don't know how to exercise your right, you think in your head that you don't have the right at all. But the right is still there. You've got the same right, same access, same ability, same intellect that many of our counterparts do. But you can't see something as simple as detergent to help make you rich. And I can't tell you I wish I could tell you everything, but even if I told you everything, you still wouldn't believe me. So it's got to take people of faith. It's got to take people who believe that we as black people can rise. And it can start as simple, one simple thing as laundry detergent. That's how simple the black economic revolution can begin. From one product, from one company. If enough people just saw it. If enough people just saw it. So from poverty to power. A world of reflex of mental states. A world of I don't know why I said the world a reflex of mental states. The world a reflex of mental states. Yes, paradigm shift. Miss Hoskin, we waiting on you to come on and talk to us about this paradigm shift. I'm inviting you to the village. I know you're ready. All right. What you are, so is your world. I can start right there. Enough said. What you are, so is your world. What you are, so everything in the universe is resolved into your own inward experience. Everything in this universe is resolved into your own inward experience. It matters little what is without, for it is all a reflection of your own state of consciousness. It matters everything what you are within. Everybody put in the comments below the word within. It matters everything what you are within. For everything without will be mirrored and colored accordingly. Everything without will be mirrored and colored accordingly. All that you positively know is contained in your own experience. All that you ever will know must pass through the gateway of experience and so become part of yourself. Your own thoughts, desires, and aspirations comprise your world. And to you, all that there is in the universe of beauty and joy and bliss, or of ugliness and sorrow and pain, are contained within yourself. By your own thoughts, you make or mar your life, your world, your universe. By your own thoughts. Do you think that you can be rich? Do you believe that you have the right? Will you exercise your right? Can you see opportunity? Oh my goodness. By your own thoughts, you make or mar your life. Think about that. You make it or you mar it by your own thoughts. your world and your universe. As you build within by the power of thought, so will your outward life and circumstances shape themselves accordingly. Now, here's my question to you guys, especially Miss Hosky, who's got this wonderful idea for this Black social media platform. I want you to answer this question for me. In your lifetime, have you noticed, or have you even have you done any introspect to notice that as your thoughts have changed, so has your life? Can anybody agree with that? Like, as my thoughts have changed, as my thoughts have matured, as I've had more experience in life, my life has actually changed. Now, this is not everybody. There are some people who are 40 years old who still act like a 20-year-old because their thoughts haven't changed. But I think I'm talking to a remnant of people, a small sliver of people today who would say that, man, as my thoughts changed, my life changed. As my thoughts changed, not as the world changed, not as the government changed, not as policies changed, not as the economy changed, but as my thoughts changed, my entire world changed. I started to see things a little different. I once was blind, but now I see. As my thoughts changed, my life changed. Whosoever you harbor in the inmost chambers of your heart will sooner or later, by the inevitable law of reaction, shape itself in your outward life. The soul that is impure, sordid, and selfish is gravitating with unerring precision towards misfortune and catastrophe. You got to ask yourself, man, is the inside of you full of impurities, full of sordidness, full of selfishness? If so, you're going to ultimately gravitate towards misfortune and catastrophe. But the soul that is pure, the soul that is unselfish, the soul that is noble, is gravitating with equal precision towards happiness and prosperity. Where are you gravitating to? What is in your future? What is within your reach? Are you moving towards misfortune, or are you moving towards happiness? Are you moving towards catastrophe, or are you moving towards prosperity? That is something that you really have to consider, because right now you're moving one way or the other. Right now you are moving one way or the other, and all depends on how you think. And I hope today we help to elevate your thoughts. I hope today we help to reshape your thoughts or transform your thoughts so that you can actually begin to think your way to the life that you want to live. Let me repeat that again. So you can begin to think your way to the life that you want to live. And all too often we have people who just refuse to think. They do everything in their power to get away from thinking. Matter of fact, they do this thing called watching TV so they can have what they call mindless activity. They don't want to think. But I'm telling you, there are some people who have decided that I'm going to use this power that God has given me. And that power itself is the power of my very own thoughts that he's given me. And I'm going to start paying attention to my thoughts. I'm going to start constructing my thoughts. I'm going to start to capture my thoughts. And I'm going to make my thoughts my TV. See, because you're being told a vision, but you actually have a vision inside of yourself. And that comes from your thoughts, your imagination, your creativity. But you're too busy trying to be consumed by someone telling you a vision that you won't listen to the very own vision that's inside of you. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Every soul attracts its own, and nothing can possibly come to it that does not belong to it. To realize this is to recognize the universality of divine law. The incidents of every human life, with which both make or mar, are drawn to it by the equality and power of its own inner thought life. Every soul is a complex combination of gathered experiences and thoughts, and the body is but an improvised vehicle for its manifestation. What, therefore, your thoughts are, that is your real self. And the world around, both animate and inanimate, whereas the aspect with which your thoughts clothe it. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. Oh, good stuff, Terrence. So there's a Black crowdfunding platform that deposit the fee into Black financial institutions. Okay, fantastic. Urban Funder. Now I'm gonna have to go look. I get a list of this stuff, man. I got so much Black stuff. It's hey. All right, I got to capture that. Or somebody Anthony, capture that for me, please, if you don't mind, sir. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. It is found, I got to go back and say that again. All that we are is a result of what we have thought. All that we are is a result of what we have thought. It is founded on our thoughts. It is made up of our thoughts. Thus said Buddha, and it therefore follows that if you are happy, it is because you dwell in happy thoughts. If you are miserable, it's because you dwell in despondent and deliberating thoughts. Whether one is fearless or fearful, foolish or wise, troubled or serene, within that soul lies the cause of its own state or states, and never without. How many of you guys have been in this place where you're always looking for answers outside of yourself instead of inside of yourself? And here's an example. Many times we find a problem that we want to solve that's happening in our own life, in our own personal life. And we say, hey, I need to find someone to talk to. But have you ever done this? You go talk to someone and that person just listens and listens and listens, never gives you any type of, advice. But then you talk yourself to your own solution. Have you ever talked yourself to your own solution? You just talked enough, you got it out, you got a listening ear, you got a sounding board, and you talked yourself to a solution. Why is that? You ever thought about that? How did I just talk myself into my own solution? And you think the other person did something, they didn't do nothing, they just listened. They just was there, to be there for you. But you ever talked yourself to your own solution? You got it out. You got some clarity around the thing that it is that you're looking to solve. That was your way of asking the universe, your God, whatever, the ancestors. That was your way of asking them for help. That was your way. You were asking, and then you actually received from the very own God that's within you. Y'all trying to get me started here, All right, so whether you are fearful or fearless, foolish or wise, troubled or serene, within the soul lies its own state. And now I seem to hear a chorus of voices exclaim, but do you really mean to say that outward circumstances do not affect our minds? I do not say that, but I say this, and know it to be an infallible truth, that circumstances can only affect you insofar as you allow them to do so. Now, here's the deal. Here's how you know this is true. Hey, what's going on, Audra? Hey, what's going on, Breeze? Here's how you know this is true. Say, Adria, say, you fine, you beautiful, right? You sexy, you got it going on, right? Let's just say you do. I don't know if you think you do or not. But if somebody was coming to you and say, Adria, you ugly, it wouldn't even bother you because you got it going on. You sexy, you got this thing, you a queen or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like someone calling you something that you are not, it doesn't bother you, it doesn't impact you. It has no impact on you, you just keep it moving. If somebody was calling me an idiot, it wouldn't bother me at all. I just keep on moving because I know I'm an intelligent brother. But if someone calls you something and it bothers you, then you have something inside of you that needs to be resolved. If someone says something to you and it really bothers you, if they called you a bitch or something, I don't know, and it hit you, that means that this is something already in you. It's nothing that can come from outside that bothers you like that unless it's already in you, right? And you might have been told that before. Maybe you got a little hint of it, like, man, I might be a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it can only affect you if it's already in you. Yeah, hit the home with a holler, right? You are swayed by circumstances because you have not a right understanding of the nature, use, and power of thought. You believe, and upon this little word belief, hang all our sorrows and joy, that outward things have the power to make or mar your life. By doing so, you submit to those outward things, confess that you are their slave and they are your unconditional master. By so doing, you invest them with a power which they do not of themselves possess, and you can succumb in reality, not to the mere circumstances, but to the gloom or gladness, the fear or the hope, the strength or weakness which your thought sphere has thrown around them. I knew two men who at an early age lost their hard-earned savings for years. One was very deeply troubled and gave way to chagrin, worry, and despondency. The other, on reading in his morning paper that the bank in which his money was deposited had hopelessly failed and that he had lost all, quietly and firmly remarked, well, it's gone, and trouble and worry won't bring it back, but hard work will. He went to work with renewed vigor and rapidly became prosperous, while the former man, continuing to mourn the loss of his money and to grumble at his bad luck, remained the victim and tool of adverse circumstances, in reality of his own weak and slavish thoughts. Now, here's what I want to say about this. Black people, at some point, we have to get beyond the point of saying we demand reparations, okay? At some point, we got to say, okay, that money is lost. My 40 acres and a mule is lost. I'm going to get to work, and I'm going to create my own 40 acres and a mule. At some point, we just have to say it ain't coming. No sense in talking about it, fretting over it, fighting for it. Let's just go fight for the stuff that we can. Let's control. Here's the deal. Let's just control the things that we can control. Here's some things that you can control. You can control your attitude. You can control your attitude. You can control your work ethic. You can control that. You can control what you choose to do, what you watch, and where you go. You can control that. Now, it's not our fault if you decide to spend 3 hours watching TV every day. You could have controlled that. You could have been doing something productive. You could have been making some money. You could have been doing anything, but that's what you chose to do. You can control, if you just take control of what you can control. You can control where you spend your money. You can go spend your money at the nightclub, or you can spend your money in an investment club. That's your choice. What you choose to do is what you get. You can control what you can control. You can control investing into a product like this where you can actually get some returns versus spending your money or wasting your money on things that bring no value to your life. You can control that. But yet you're claiming and praising and asking for reparations when you're not even controlling the things that are in your hand. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. But that's the conditioning that has happened in our community, that we want to demand freedom instead of fight for it. Let me repeat that again. In our community, we've gotten to the place where we want to demand freedom instead of fight for it. And we've learned throughout the years that there is no progress without struggle. You cannot demand that someone take their boot off your neck. You got to just cut their foot off. Now, I mean that figuratively. I'm just saying you cannot demand freedom. It doesn't come that way. It never has. It never will. You can't demand that your banker just exonerate all of your debt. It's not going to happen. You the one that signed the contract. You the one that decided that you want to get something that you couldn't afford. You the one that decided that you didn't want to pay that money back. You're the one that put yourself in a position where you have bad credit. You made those choices. But guess what? You can make a different decision today and start moving out of debt. Start moving from up under your slave master and start to finance your own freedom. This is why I teach this stuff. Let me get back to the book, Anthony. I'm sorry, man. Where was I? Okay, so he remained a victim in a tool of adverse circumstances, the reality of his own weak and slavish thoughts. The loss of money was a curse to the one because he clothed the event with dark and dreary thought. It was a blessing to the other because he threw around it thoughts of strength, of hope, and of renewed endeavor. Yes, that's right, Adrian. You got to fight for our freedom with economics. If circumstances had the power to bless or harm, they will bless or harm all people alike. Let me repeat that again. If circumstances had the power to bless or harm, they would bless or harm all people alike, but they don't. But the fact that the same circumstances will be alike good and bad to different souls proves that the good or bad is not in the circumstance, but only in the mind of those who encounter it. What's in your mind? What's in your thoughts? What is in your thoughts? Good or bad? What is in your thoughts? When you begin to realize this, everybody put in the comments below, realize this. When you begin to realize this, and I believe once you begin to realize just how powerful your thoughts are, once you begin to realize just how powerful those thoughts that are transferred into words are, you'll begin to speak different. You'll begin to walk different. You'll begin to talk different. You'll begin to be different. You'll become who it is that you say that you want to be. But once you begin to realize this, you will begin to control your thoughts, to regulate and discipline your mind, and to rebuild the inward temple of your soul, eliminating all useless and superfluous material incorporated into your being, thoughts alone of joy and serenity, of strength and life, of compassion and love, of beauty and immortality. And as you do this, you will become joyful and serene, strong and healthy, compassionate and loving, and beautiful with the beauty of immortality. Have you ever seen anyone that has the beauty of immortality? Maybe it's an older woman who she just has this grace about her. She might be 60, 70 years old, but she looks like she's 30. She's got the beauty of immortality. Looks like she's been drinking from the fountain of youth. This is what this is. But you ever seen the other woman who's scrounged up, wrinkled all over the place, stressed out? It's the thoughts. It's the thoughts. And as we clothe events with the drapery of our own thoughts, so likewise do we clothe the objects of the visible world around us. And where one sees harmony and beauty, another sees revolting ugliness. An enthusiastic naturalist was one day roaming the country lanes in pursuit of his hobby, and during his rambles came upon a pool of brackish water near a farmyard. As he proceeded to fill a small bottle with the water for the purpose of examination under the microscope, he proclaimed with more enthusiasm than discretion to an uncultivated farm boy who stood close by upon the hidden and innumerable wonders contained in the pool, and concluded by saying, "Yes, my friend, within this pool is contained 108,000,000 universes, had we but the sense or the instrument by which we could apprehend them." And the unsophisticated one ponderously remarked, "I know that water be full of tadpoles, and they be easy to catch." Where the naturalist whose mind was stored with the knowledge of natural facts saw beauty, harmony, and hidden glory, the mind unenlightened upon those saw only an offensive mud puddle. The wildflower that the casual wayfarer thoughtlessly tramples upon is to the spiritual eye of the poet an angelic messenger from the invisible. To the many, the ocean is but a dreary expanse of water on which ships sail and sometimes wreck. But to the soul of the musician, it is the living thing, and she hears it in all its changing moods, divine and harmonies. Where the ordinary mind sees disaster and confusion, the mind of the philosopher sees the most perfect sequence of cause and effect. And where the materialist sees nothing but endless death, the mystic sees pulsating and internal life. You gotta ask yourself, as you look through your eyes, what do you see? Do you see tragedy? This is why I talk about TV so much, because we know what they put on TV: murder, death, chaos, right? But we know, hopefully we understand that there's a lot of good things that are happening in the world as well. We're not going to find them on TV. That's why we got to get out of our house. We got to get off of Facebook sometimes and go into our local community and be the change that we want to see. Everybody put in the comments below, be the change that you want to see. If you stop watching, you know what I'm saying, this chaos, if you stop talking about this chaos, then you will not have a chaotic life. You may be in the midst of chaos all around you, but you'll just be sitting there like this. What are y'all doing? Life is good. But if you be the change that you want to see, then what you're going to find is that you're going to be that one leader that changes the world, that changes your world, and therefore you're going to change the world of others, because they're going to see something that they don't normally see. They're going to see someone smiling. They're going to see someone skipping to Malou. They're going to see someone that's out in the community doing something positive. And I'm going to say, I've never seen that before. All I see when I watch TV is death, destruction, and chaos. But now I see somebody that's doing something different. I like different. I want to go do different too. Hey, Mr. So-and-so, can you show me how I can be different? That's how it works. That's how it works. Very simple. Be the change that you want to see, and you're going to find yourself being a leader amongst many, because most people are just ready to follow until they see something different. So as we clothe both events and objects with our own thoughts, so likewise do we clothe the souls of others in the garments of our thoughts. So John Caldwell said this: you got the right idea when you be a part of a project that is progressive, then you will become a change. I did it. You did it yourself. Cool, man. Is that a secret? You want to tell us what that project was, or give us some insight into that? The suspicious believe everybody to be suspicious. Liars feel secure in the thought that they are not so foolish as to believe that there is such a phenomenon as a strictly truthful person. The envious see envy in every soul. Misers think everybody is eager to get their money. Those who have subordinate conscience in the making of their wealth sleep with a revolver under their pillow, wrapped in the delusion that the world is full of conscienceless people who are eager to rob them. The abandoned sensualist looks up upon the saint as a hypocrite. On the other hand, though, those who dwell in the loving thought see in all that which calls forth their love and sympathy. The trusting and honest are not troubled by suspicions. The good-natured and charitable who rejoice at the good fortune of others scarcely know what envy means. And those who have realized the divine within themselves recognize in all beings, even in the beast. Men and women are confirmed in their mental outlook because of the fact that by the law of cause and effect, they attract to themselves that which they send forth. In other words, you attract who you are. Everybody put that in the comments below. You attract who you are. So as you look out from your within, you attract the same thing without. If you are cheap, you attract cheap. If you are generous, you attract generous. If you are happy, you attract happy. You attract who you are by your very own thoughts. So this is the called law of effects. They attract to themselves. That's what they send forth, and so come in contact with people similar to themselves. This is why I love Club Millie, because as we put forth the endeavor, we are attracting to ourselves that which we are in Club Millie. So that's why I'm not concerned about those who don't see it, because they're not who we're looking for anyway. There are people who actually see it, and they are attracted to this nice, sweet smell or aroma of people who are banding together to find ways to prosper. And so because we are in the midst of prospering, we attract to ourselves those who are concerned about prospering. Those who want to stay broke, busted, and disgusted, we're not going to attract those people, nor do we want those people, because they're going to infiltrate our organization. They're going to try to bring our organization down because they have bad thoughts. They have stinking thinking. But that's why I love Club Millie, because we attract to ourselves those who have elevated their thoughts and are going to join a band with us to change the world. And that's just what it is. So I just keep moving because I understand the law of attraction. It's not for everybody. Everybody doesn't want to be free. Harriet Tubman said she could have freed more slaves if they only knew they were slaves. That's just how it is. But I don't need everybody. I just need those few who are saying we're going to do something different this year, and we are going to make a statement with our money. We're going to stop doing the things we were doing last year. We're going to stop doing the things we were doing 5 years ago, and we're going to tap into these resources that everybody else is using. And I say this, why are we sitting around watching everybody else get rich but us? Why are we letting money flow right through our hands, and we'll say something like, hey, why don't you go to Amazon? I'm saying, no, screw Amazon. Why don't you go to WeBuyBlack.com? It's got to be a change of thought, and everybody just doesn't get it. That's it. That's fine. Everybody is not going to see it. Everybody's not going to get it, but that's okay, because there are the few. It says in the good book, it says that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. It also says this. It says that opportunity normally shows up in work clothes, and people just don't want to work. They don't want to go and get educated. They don't want to attend the meetings. They don't want to do the things necessary to have success. They want success to knock on their door when we know that you got to go knock on success's door. Wow, how did I get here? I'm sorry. Woo! So men and women are confirmed by their outlook. And so the old adage, the birds of a feather flock together, has a deeper significance than is generally attached to it. For in the thought world, as in the world of matter, each clings to its kind. Do you wish for kindness? Well, be kind. Do you ask for truth? Well, be true. What you give of yourself, you find. What you give of yourself, you find. Your world is a reflex of you. If you are one of those who are praying for and looking forward to a happier world beyond the grave, here's a message of gladness for you. You may enter into and realize that happy world now. It fills the whole universe, and it is within you, waiting for you to find, acknowledge, and possess. Let me say that again. You may enter into and realize this happy place now. It fills the whole universe, and it is within you, waiting for you to find, acknowledge, and possess. What you have to do is to believe this. Simply believe it with the mind unclouded by doubt, and then meditate upon it till you understand it. So first you got to believe, then you got to meditate until you understand. First you got to believe, then you got to meditate on it until you understand it. You will then begin to purify and to build your inner world. And as you proceed, passing from revelation to revelation, from realization to realization, you will discover the utter powerlessness of outward things beside the magic potency of a self-governed soul. And John Conwell said that he built a business without money. The money came to me because I had the education and the passion and was very successful building parts for aircraft, trains, and etc. So, woo! He built the business without no money. And we had a conversation about this earlier, because someone was saying, hey, I got all these great ideas and I know how to put things together, but I never had the money. And I said to him, well, you don't always have to have the money to get it started. People pay, do you guys realize that people pay for ideas? That's what Shark Tank does. Shark Tank says, hey, you got an idea, you got a product, something you're doing. Okay, you want to expand it. Okay, well, we don't want to go build this thing. We're just going to invest in what you're doing. We're going to take half of your company because you know what I'm saying? Because you want to expand, we got the money and you got the idea. So we pay for your idea and we just going to actually capture half of the profits. But the other people saying, well, hey, I think that's a good deal for me. I came with the idea. I got the product, but I can't go any further. They think they can't go any further. See, your ceiling, right? Your ceiling, there is no ceiling. The only ceiling that you have in life is your thoughts. If you think that's how high you can go, well, that's how high you can go. But if you start to break that ceiling with new thoughts, you'll see that the sky isn't the limit. That's the only it's only the limit because we say it's the limit. But the sky isn't the limit. There is no limit. We live in a world of infinity. We live in a world of immortality. There is no limit. The only limit that we have is our very own thoughts, our very own experience. See what I'm saying? So when I start to bring things like this to you guys, I say, here's a vision. Here's something that we can do. It's not from a place of there is a limit. It's from a place of there is limitless. And we can do whatever it is that we want to do, especially if we do it together. And John Caldwell will probably be able to tell you this, that he didn't build the business by himself, but he actually built it without any money. So his collateral was people. His collateral was people. He had the thought and he needed people that had the capital. He had the thought, he had the idea, but he needed people with capital to fund his idea. Many of you guys have ideas right now. You think that you can't go forward because you don't have the money. But that's not the problem. The problem isn't the money. The problem is you really haven't put your idea to a point where you actually have a plan. You have a plan that makes sense to somebody else. They can say, oh, I see that plan. I see how that's going to work. Okay, let's go ahead and put some money on it. But you don't have a plan. You just had an idea. But I'm telling you, if you work on your idea long enough till you have a plan that is palatable, you have a plan that people can read and respond. There's something to say about a person who's diligent enough to put a plan together. Even if the plan stinks, you're going to be like, dang, you put that much effort into your plan? Well, that means you're going to put that much more effort into actual execution of that plan. People pay for, everybody put in the comments below. People pay for plans. People pay for plans. You guys do understand that, right? I hope I'm not going over everybody. People pay for plans. You come to somebody with a plan to build a house, a plan to build a McDonald's, a plan to whatever. People will pay for plans. Or you can say they'll invest into your plans. But you gotta take it from being an idea. You gotta take it from being a dream. You gotta take it from being a goal, and you gotta put something that's tangibly palatable for somebody to read and say, here's the plan. And that's exactly what we did at Club Millie, right? We had the idea, but now we have weekly sessions where we show people the plan. Now, what would it be like if I was not able to show people the plan? Then we wouldn't already have almost 100 people within our organization in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks. But because we took the idea and we put a plan together and we showed people the plan, they could buy into the plan. They're not buying into the idea. They're buying into the plan because the plan is taking them somewhere. The plan is taking them somewhere. Your idea isn't taking anybody anywhere, but your plan will. I could go on, guys, but I'm trying to keep it as short as possible. I just want to make sure you guys got something out of it. If you got something out of today's reading from the poverty to power, if you feel like you're a little bit more powerful now because you've changed your thoughts, I want you to put some comments below and tell me what you got out of it. Because here's the deal. I need to know whether I need to keep doing this or not. I need to know whether I need to take out a part of my day to invest in you, some of the things that have changed my life. And as simple as this, I decided I was going to read more than I watch TV. When I made that decision, I said, I'm going to make reading a priority in my life. And the things that I read is important as well. I'm not reading trash. I'm reading things that can help elevate my thought, elevate my strategy, elevate my plans in my life so I can actually execute. If you're saying, hey, I like this. I like what we're doing here. I like how we're using social media to change the way that we think so we can actually change our results. Go and leave some comments below about what was your takeaway from today. What did you learn today? What did you learn from what we read today? I'd like to hear that from you right now. And while you guys are doing that, because I know it takes a little while for the comments to come through, just want to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by True Detergent. That's right, Black owned, Black manufactured. True Detergent right here in the Atlanta area. We're doing free delivery to your doorstep so you can avoid all those shipping costs, right? If you're in Atlanta, I can deliver it to you. Norcross, don't bother. I'm coming to you. Just let me know when. Cash or PayPal will take care of it. $15 for a 101-ounce bottle. And we are actually looking to expand. Everybody understand what expand means? Expand means there's more opportunity for everybody. In other words, what I'm saying is I'm trying to make the opportunity for everybody to eat. Some people say it like this: I want to help everybody get rich. But I'm not going to say that because I'm on Facebook Live. Let me just say this. I'm trying to provide the opportunity so that everybody can eat. That's what I'm doing because I am about the village. I am about the village. That's it. I am about the village. That's it. I'm about group economics. That's it. I'm about black power, black economic power. I'm trying to march with my money, and I'm trying to help you march with your money as well. All right. So if you are interested in that, then we have a true investment session. This is going to be an investment of you into us and us back into you. See, this is how I weed out the real from the fake. This is how I weed out those people that say, I'm just interested. Because if you're just interested, I'm not really interested in you. I need people that are serious about changing the world and serious about making some money. And that's what the investment session is for. So you can learn how you too can actually become a distributor, and you can start you can start to bring in what they call profit. Profits are better than wages. Once you learn this simple concept that profits are better than wages, you'll no longer pass on opportunities repeatedly, and that's the acronym for poor. And then if you like to just order, what I'm doing is out of my profits, out of my personal profits, I'm going to donate 50% of those profits back into True, because I want to see them expand. I want to see these brothers hire other brothers and sisters. I want to see their warehouses all over the country. I want to see them take over Amazon, take over Walmart. We've been supporting them for so long. Why can't we just support ourselves? This is the power of manufacturing on a mass level. This is mass manufacturing. And they don't just do True. That's the only thing I'm presenting to you right now. There's going to be an opportunity for a lot of other partnerships if we can just help them move forward. If you help us, help them, then they'll help us. Let me repeat that again. You help us, help them, and they'll help us. I put my word on it. Put that down in writing. I'm writing the blood contract. If you help us, help them, then they'll help us. You guys got that? That's what's going on. So you do have an opportunity to make that donation at Kickstarter. I got that in the links in the comments above. Let me go ahead and put that down here, because I know some people like, I don't know, they need a little help. So let me see if I can find this link real quick. Yeah, there it is. And I'll put it in the comments so you guys got it. Just in case some people don't know how to get to the some people don't know how to get to the whatever. So that's how you can help True. Just make a donation. I talked to them today. I said, hey, we need to add a piece to your Kickstarter. So they're redoing some of their levels. So that I don't know if they did it yet, so I can't say whether they did or not, but they're redoing some of their levels to make it more incentive driven for you, so you can get a little bit more incentive out of these different levels that they have in the Kickstarter program. I don't know if it's done or not yet, but go and check it out. Make the donation. If you want to get True, hey, again, 50% of my profits is going back into this. This is how much I believe. This is how I can see the vision. Once your eyes are open, you start seeing these things. Like, man, this right here is easy. Everybody got to wash their clothes. It's a matter of who they decide to do it with. And then if you want to order online, maybe you're out of the state and you're like, hey, I really want to support. I want the product. Well, you can actually go through that link there. It's going through WeBuyBlack.com, and that's going to be able to allow you to order online for wherever city that you're in until I can figure out shipping. That's another Black-owned. That's the Black Amazon. So even if I don't get no credit, you're still shopping Black by going to WeBuyBlack.com. Even if I don't get any credit, we're still helping another. See what I'm saying? It's not about me. It's about we. Even if I don't get no credit, nothing, you still are making a contribution to this Black manufacturer who can actually create products and services that bring value not only to our community, but actually bring value to the world. So anyway, this is ERGJ. Let me read some of these comments you guys said. Turn up. Teamwork makes the dream work. Fantastic. Great info. Keep pushing. Very powerful. People will pay for the plan. All right. Fantastic. Well, here's the deal, guys. I think tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to try to come on around 3 o'clock. I think I can make 3 o'clock. We'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to fit it in. But I think this midday man is very good. I think I can make 3 o'clock. I'm going to try my best. I'll make sure I try to be here so we can go through the next chapter, which will be, what is it? The way out of undesirable conditions. That's going to be nice. Anyway, this is ERGJ, your certified financial educator from ERGJ Enterprises. And this was the New Black Wall Street Book Club. We're using social media to do something different. And we're using it to change the way that we think so we can change the results in our life. Remember this, guys, that you too can go from poverty to power just by changing your thoughts. Remember this, guys. It takes a village, but it starts with us. Let's build as we climb together.
thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We'll see you all there at the next episode of The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street.